assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Alright, this video is going to be about All In, and I'm lucky enough to be able to say that I did get tickets for the show on Sunday. Within that 30 minutes that they sold out. I did get stuck in that virtual waiting room, but luckily Justin was at home and I guess his fast Wi-Fi or something was able to snag tickets at 3:04 p.m. Row 2 on the stage. So it's gonna be myself, Miguel, Phil, and Justin, pretty much the same guys who sat together for WrestleMania 34. We are sitting together for All In. And this whole plan really came together even before WrestleMania, where Justin was saying to me like, oh, Mike Pico, I think he's We the Pico on YouTube. Yeah, he's been friends with us for a long time now. But he offered that if we wanted to come to Chicago, we are more than welcome to stay at his house. So going to Chicago for me has always been the thing to do on the bucket list, the wrestling bucket list. Going to a show, whether it be WWE, whether it be an indie show, whatever it may be, just to attend a show in Chicago was always up there. So this show, I believe, in my honest opinion, is bigger than any WWE pay-per-view, any Raw or SmackDown, any indie show really. To go to this show, I feel those 10,000 people who are going to be attending are really going to witness something special, where it's like, this isn't a big promotion that, put millions or whatever dollars into promotions and advertisements, whatever. It's three guys who had a bet with a wrestling analyst, and they took him up on the bet about selling 10,000 seats, and it only took less than half hour. And that number alone is incredible. You see Raw, you see SmackDown, you see pay-per-views that, maybe SummerSlam, maybe the Royal Rumble, it's always one of those things, like they sell it an hour, half hour, whatever it may be. But that's the WWE. That is a big multi-billion-dollar promotion. And when you compare that to what the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes are doing, for them to sell out 10,000 seats in half hour, it's unreal. I couldn't believe it. There were a bunch of Skype talks going on before where we were talking about ticket sales and just our predictions on how much they would really sell. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I did not think for a second that they would sell out 10,000 because, my reasoning being that ROH had their biggest show at WrestleMania. They had 5,000 fans, the biggest weekend of the year. So if they, and I know they're going up against NXT, which I believe had 10,000-ish. But, if ROH can't sell out 5,000, how are you going to have three guys who pretty much are the face of ROH? How are they going to do that by themselves? So that was my reasoning behind it. I can honestly say that I was wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong, because for things like this to happen in wrestling in 2018, I believe it's like a big step for, indie fans and indie wrestling and just wrestling in general, where it's like maybe WWE isn't the only thing that can sell out 10,000 seats. And this is kind of a big shot to TNA as well, where it's like their biggest crowd was probably maybe a little bit less than 10,000 or maybe even equal. But then again, it's a big multi-million-dollar company that isn't doing very well. But either way, and I look at social media and I'm thinking that, oh hey, like people are going to be all cool and whatever. There is hate just filling my timeline by, I get it. Wrestling fans, they like trolling. It's like, oh, hey, I'm going to be that cool guy and go against the grain about what people think. It's like, I get it. Maybe you're one of those people. You want to fit in. You want to kind of stand out and be cool, whatever. But to really say that, the show is going to be a letdown, the show's not going to be good, everyone's getting their hopes up, half the tickets went to scalpers, so the building's going to be empty. I get it. And scalpers did buy a lot of those seats, but it's just like any other show. Scalpers go on what's in high demand. And WrestleMania is the same thing. Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Raws, maybe not so much Raws or SmackDowns, but bigger shows. UFC has it, NHL, NBA. Scalpers feed off this kind of stuff because they know people will pay extra. And whether or not, I don't know how many tickets went to them, but I feel like a decent amount of people, if you search #AllIn, I'm going, I feel like there's more people who are going than ones who went to the scalpers. And I think people at this point will find any excuse to put this show down to make themselves feel better that, oh, maybe I'm not going, or maybe I can kind of, get my Twitter over by, maybe getting a lucky retweet by someone. I feel like it's all that really is. To think that, the guys that you're kind of putting down, like the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, they're overrated, blah, blah, blah. They came from the same spot that guys like Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Cesaro, guys that we adore, they're like our favorite of all time, blah, blah, blah. It's Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. These guys are ones that we put on such high pedestals, but we fail to forget that they started from where these guys are right now, and I don't believe at that time they were able to do what these guys are able to do now. It's really revolutionary, and I feel like fans to really be bashing it at this point, a little ignorant. And you know, I could go through and read what people are saying, and then they get butthurt because people are sticking up for what they're saying. Like, I'm just a wrestling fan, I have my own opinion, blah blah blah. And it's like, come on, like, you are literally asking for this when you go on and say that the show's gonna suck, the show's gonna do this. It's just a big pet peeve of mine when people really play the victim when they really have it coming. But the whole weekend is shaping out to be fairly exciting. It went from literally being a Friday, Saturday, go home Sunday, to now fly in maybe Thursday and leave on Monday. And reason being, CM Punk is doing a signing on Friday, so next Wednesday is when the tickets go on sale. So if we're able to get tickets to meet CM Punk, we're going to be going to that. Then there's an all-in convention, which is just like WrestleCon. Then we have the show the next day. And then one day to really do the whole touristy things, aka get that Chicago deep dish pizza, then go home the next day. So we went from 2 days to 4, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be one hell of a time. So leave your thoughts if you're going to All In. I'm sure everyone's going to meet up at some point. Have the old YWC cookout, as always. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I can officially say that I'm all in. So if you guys are too, just let me know. We'll see you guys in the next video.